Live Christmas show update, Jim.
Go on then, what we got?
We've got SEAN DYCHE.
Yes.
Live and direct at the Vaudeville.
When?
On the 16th of December.
Can't wait. What time does that start?
I'm not sure. I think it's probably about 7:30.
7:30.
7:30.
On a Monday night.
On a Monday night.
10 days before Christmas.
Yeah, beautiful.
What does the show, what's it going to be? Me and you?
Me and you.
On stage?
On stage.
Talking everything FC Bullard?
Yeah.
Plenty of beer from
Lost Lager.
Brewdog? Lost Lager?
Yeah.
This here?
They'll be giving it away.
Giving it away?
Yeah.
Not freebies?
They are. They're going to be handing out free beers.
To our supporters?
To our fans.
Followers? Fans?
Yeah.
Shut up. And us?
No, yeah, well, hopefully, yeah.
Well, don't she be like...
I mean, he's an athlete, isn't he? He's professional.
Okay. Music? You got that sorted?
Yeah.
Who we got?
Miles Kane.
I thought you said Mick Jagger's in. Miles Kane.
Miles Kane, yeah. I mean, he's a
mate,
modern day Mick Jagger, isn't he?
All right, yes.
Snake hips. And I tell you what.
Are we going to have a dance?
We will be having a dance.
Right, okay.
And you need to, we need to think about outfits. Because he's going to come.
Clobber.
Yeah.
All right, come nice and dressed up, all the fans. You know what I mean? Have a real good go. If you got your shirt already, bring that. If you haven't, don't worry, just come casually.
Do we want people to wear like football shirts or things?
Mate, whatever. Just come cool as.
What do we want?
Come cool as. Wear what you want. Do what you want. What else have we got? Have we got games? Games.
There'll be games. There'll be some type of games. There'll be an element of entertainment to it. It won't just be chat.
Shall we surprise them?
Yeah.
We're going to surprise you.
There will be some surprises.
Will there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they are yet. So they are actually a surprise.
All right.
To us at the moment.
Well, by the sounds of it, you don't want to miss out. Monday, 16th, Vaudeville Theatre, 7:30-ish. Don't miss out.
James Richard Bullard.
How are you, son?
Very well. Quite warm.
I love this.
Yeah, I do.
This. Can we show them the back?
Nah, it's a bit much, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's Stone Island.
It's warm.
It is wham.
But I just thought, I'm going to dress up today.
Is it not the first day of winter today?
Could be. I mean, it feels like it out
Doesn't
there.
it?
Yeah.
Not very good.
I need to get my sad lamp out because it's a bit brutal, isn't it?
Yeah. But perfect for the listeners and viewers to snuggle up to and watch.
Absolutely. Snuggle yourself down. Get a little blanket.
Yeah.
Little bovril, maybe, or, whatever your drink of choice is. Anyway, very warm welcome to FC Bullard. We are building a football team. We're making progress, aren't we? We are making slow. Football club, yeah. My bad. Jim's the president, El Presidente. I am the director of football. Slowly but surely we are gaining some momentum. We've got a kit. We've got a manager. We've got some players. We've got a sports psychologist. We've got a photographer.
Kit man.
We've got a kit man. We are getting there. And today, we're very excited because we are potentially going to be making another appointment. An assistant manager role is up for grabs.
Okay, is that where
FC
we're going
Bullard.
with this? Yeah.
Now, the gentleman seated to my left, I think he's overqualified for this role.
Yeah.
Because he's
done a lot, hasn't he?
A best-selling author. He's a former teacher, lecturer, now a speaker, an expert in leadership. He's a mindset specialist. He's a football coach. He's been involved with a Netflix documentary. He's far too qualified for this role. And, most importantly, Jim, he was your former assistant when you were manager at Leatherhead.
Yes.
Very warm welcome to FC Bullard, to Steve Sallis.
Thank you, fellas.
Sallis, a.k.a. Salad Chops. What's happening, boy?
How are we doing, fellas?
Mate, thanks so much for coming on. We're cool, man. We're cool.
Sorry about all that waffle beforehand. It's just you were probably thinking, any chance?
Any danger?
Yeah.
Is this a job interview then?
Well,
Have I got it?
Yeah, it is. So it's not really. I mean, it is. We're gonna interview you in the guise of a job interview, and then at the end, we'll have a chat. We'll see if we think you're suitable for the role, and you might accept it, you might not. I mean, You don't really need to. You got enough fucking jobs, don't you? Let's face it.
So you two are my line managers.
Look, yeah. Well, potentially.
Yeah, fine.
Potentially. So I'm going to kick off with, because I'm intrigued.
There for me.
Yeah.
Because how long haven't we seen each other?
Long time. Last time playing golf, I think.
Yeah. We speak to each other via phone, though.
We do. Yeah.
So how do you know Jim?
Well, we played against each other donkeys ago when he was at Gravesend.
Okay.
And then
So a
failed
decent
footballer.
player?
Yeah, I was bang average, but played at Brighton throughout my youth career, and then
Right.
I was the only footballer of my generation. This is a funny story to have in the A levels, and then I nicked a degree at Greenwich Uni, and then I moved to South London. So, yeah, we met, and then we reunited. I think 2016, 8 years ago.
So prior to being assistant manager at Leatherhead, just talk us through from. So you say you nicked a degree. You know, you don't nick a degree, you get a degree, don't you? What was your degree in?
Physical education PE teacher.
I did that as well.
Yeah.
I'm not a PE teacher, no. So did you do like PGCSE?
No,
PGCE?
I did a proper degree, as in a full-blown BEd committed to it.
4 year. Oh, was like a BEd, was it?
Yeah.
Where'd you do your work
Greenwich.
experience?
Greenwich, and then I did all my placements in the liveliest schools in Greenwich and Lewisham.
Right, okay.
So that's where I met half of South London's Premier League's finest.
Right.
As a district manager and school teacher. And then, just evolved into pro football 10 years ago.
Right, okay. So what was your first... Sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions here, Jim.
You're asking a lot of school questions. I knew it'd go like this, so use crack on.
Because my wife's a PE teacher.
Yeah.
It's a good story, isn't it? So what was your first role? Oh, you're teaching, and at what point, how far are you into teaching and you think, the football thing is...
I worked, so my skills come from working in Greenwich and Lewisham for 20 years, which I'm really proud of, by the way. And then I worked in 4 failing schools, and then I promoted a few times, ended up being a vice principal, and then had an opportunity to go and be one of the academy managers at Millwall 2014.
Right, so that was like your first kind of
transition.
You step into football, and how did you find that going from education into football?
Some things heavily aligned, some things totally night and day. And I wrote a whole book about that. I think we should touch on that later.
Oh, he's got his book plugged in already. Wow.
Why'd you think
wow.
I mean, to be fair, I think I start with you two, my line managers, yeah?
Yeah.
So, you ain't going to be a pair of dickheads, are you? No, straight up. Because if you're a pair of dickheads, I can't work for you. Yeah.
So this is a book you've just bought out, right?
Came out in June, yeah.
How not to be a dickhead.
Leadership dickhead.
Oh, sorry, a leadership dickhead.
Which is
dickhead in
really
general.
important. Is it a reason why you wrote this book? Because you've met a load of them?
So many.
Right, okay.
Mad, isn't it? Football, business, So if you two are a pair of dickheads, then I'm just going to put it out there. I don't want this job.
Do you think, from the outlook, we're a pair of dickheads?
Well, I know you really well, don't I? So actually, and we'll be more. I'll take the piss out of you now, but we'll be more sincere later when we get there. But,
mate, you could do whatever you want.
Yeah, I know, fine. But
what's the common trait amongst dickhead bosses? Would you say?
Just don't listen to anything that you say. Nick your ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't give people credit.
That's me all over that.
This is brilliant. Yeah. This is so good. This is looking at the morph. You two are so, out of everyone I know, you are so like each other.
Really?
Yeah, when I work with him, he reminds me of you. When I work with you, you remind me of him. This is like morphing of two brothers. This is going to be one of my favourite pods ever. So I'm really excited for this.
Yes,
it's just happy days.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're both dickheads.
Thank you. Yeah.
Fine.
All right, sweet.
Okay, so you Millwall. I'm just trying to fill in back. So you're at Millwall, and then
I had an opportunity. This is the quality bit of my life. You need a bit of luck. And 2017, the summer, I had an opportunity to work for national teams, to work for England under 15s.
Oh, wow.
So that was obviously where I then elevated myself into mentoring players and coaches and managers, and that's evolved into all sorts of things, really, working for UEFA on the pro licence for Scotland FA, and generally just helping people in the game. So basically, to summarise, I help players and I help managers.
Okay. Wow. And when you were the under 15s, was there anyone that we would know?
Yeah, there's a lad, what was his name? Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
True.
And who's on the front of your other book?
Eze's.
He's really close with Eze.
So Eze was in our district team when he was 12.
This is your other book. This is Educating Football.
Yeah.
So what's the premise of this one?
Just gaps in the football market, really. Just come from education, gone into pro football and just gone gap. So really, loads of good stuff going on in pro football, of course. But just my perspective of the gaps and trying to help people with those gaps.
I feel like I need to read both of those, and I'm not even.
They will be.
I'm not even joking. I
Yeah,
think they'd be quickly. How good was Jude at 15?
Tiny, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got 2 photos of him in when I speak in conferences. One, anyway, get all technical pre-maturation, one post-maturation. He just hadn't grown at 15. He's tiny. And he walked into England camp with a foam roller and a laptop and said, I'm going to go to the library and get my homework done. So that was, his character at that age.
Mentality.
But yeah, loads of lads, Lewis, Dobbin, Everton, Aaron Ramsey, Villa. All good humans, you know what I mean? All good kids.
Important. So let's fill in that big blank in terms of you played against Jim Gravesend and Northfleet, and you were playing for
Crawley pre-season friendly. Yeah.
Did you know anything about Jim?
You could hear him.
Yeah.
Kiss the ball.
But no, he's like,
in danger.
In fairness to him, like there's levels and there's levels. He was different level.
Yeah.
So hence in playing in the Premier League, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, just miles better than me.
And did you get to know each other then at that stage?
No, not at all.
All right. So
Friends of friends, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So friends of friends, and then how did you then? How did this friendship evolve?
Well, you tell the story.
Yeah, well, friends of friends, we know a lot of intermediates, right? But Leatherhead, football club, Steve was already there. Steve was already there.
Right.
So then the chairman comes to me, and Richard Brady is only 29 at a time. Says, "Do you want the job?" I had to sit down with Rich. I said, "Look, short story long, I've never managed before, but I want to play a style of football that I believe that I love. The reason why I played football and all my career, I played this certain way, and I believe I'd love to see if I can do it in your football club as a manager. Can't guarantee you results, but I can guarantee you this style." And then he's going, "I think you'd get on, if there was anyone I'd keep here, I think you'd get on with a bloke called Steve Sallis." And I was like, "Oh, I had a meeting with him." And as soon as I sat down with him, I was like, he's good. But
you joined the dots and you remembered that you'd played against each other.
Because I think he was going to leave. I think he was like, "Shall I, shan't I? Am I right? Shall I, shan't I?"
What was your role at the time?
Assistant manager.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Hence this job, right? So I'm applying for assistant manager now.
But if you find another role in a beautiful club, you pipe up.
Yeah, but as long as you're not dickheads.
Absolutely. That's going to be the moral of this.
Yeah.
So that's how it begun, really, nice and simple. And then we had our first sit down, and then we just developed we developed the friendship in amongst the football club, really, and then we went on from there.
Okay, so when you heard that Jimmy's coming in to be the manager, what were your initial thoughts?
Well, excitement. Because he's got an opportunity to work with, someone who's heavily known in the game, and then.
Did you know anything about the way in which he wanted to play football?
Not really. But I think let's go to the first games. I think that was a really big part of our relationship.
Yeah.
We played Folkestone away, Tuesday night.
Yeah.
How did you feel?
Yeah, I was nervous.
Were you?
Yeah, we spoke about it before a little bit. I think you touched it. Yeah, I was nervous because I've never been a manager before. Never had to speak like that in front of all them players and yourself. I knew as a good talker. So yeah, I was really nervous. I was really I wanted to be there. Don't get me wrong. I wanted to, but I didn't want to be too much for all the players, and I didn't want to come across wrong. So that was probably my scare, if you want. But after I got the first one out, because I remember coming to you and I was like, it took so much energy out of me. I was like, oh. And I come up to him and I said, "Thank God you was there," because he's such a calm talker and he just naturally talked. Where I felt in my head I had 101 things I wanted to get out, but I knew I couldn't. Just take my time. Do you get what I mean? But yeah, well nervous. I remember that. You
improved pretty quick, to be fair. I'm not taking the piss. Within 2 games, you were free rolling. So
yeah, that's usually my way in life, though.
Yeah,
like I find it hard when I first meet you, and then boom. Once my guards drop, you're in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But how ironic you're now doing live television, and then you struggle.
But it's mad how you pick up on that. Our first ever show, mate, that's horrendous.
Oh, yeah?
He's giving me there. And I'm like, take us back to 2016. And he's like, take the cards away from him. And I'm going, yeah, take the cards away. Then he's like, take the earpiece out. And then he's like, do this, do that. Jim, take that auto cue away from him. Just be Jim. In the end, he had to strip back. But it's the same thing, isn't it? I was nervous as heck. It's same as when I've stepped on a football pitch, Swindon. Nervous as heck. My first game, nervous as heck. For Peterborough against Swindon, I always remember it, 7,500 people. It's seen like 80,000 people, mate. And just played so shit. But I'm always nervous at the start. But I'm one of them people that I can go, my confidence go from 0 to 10 quite quickly. Like, really quick, actually.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
And then it's slower when I lose it. But I can 0 to 10 quick.
You need to know the story, don't you? You need to know, you need to understand, right, where we getting to. We've got to get A to B. How have we got to get there? I don't need all that stuff in there. I'll work out how to get there.
And that's how I think I've done it with you.
Yeah.
With Leatherhead.
Yeah, but we talk about leadership probably later on, but you let me crack on. So I just had to be myself, and you just did your things. You got different super strengths to me anyway. So his detail, like, frighteningly good. I say he's a waste. He's a waste not being in the game, mate.
Really?
You are a waste.
This is what I say to people all the time, you know. You see Jim and you see the way he is and the bulldog and all that, and I'm like, I say to everyone, you sit down with Jim and you talk about football and about, you know, styles of play and attitudes toward play and, you know, philosophies, and it's like I'm fascinated by it. I'm absolutely fascinated by the sort of the depth of knowledge, and it's like, we say all the time, we never got a chance to do that on Soccer AM. It's great here because we can really like peel away at the onion, as they say. So, were your footballing philosophies kind of intertwined? Did you ever like have come to like butting heads?
We did, didn't we? We had a big row at Christmas.
Go on.
I think we just talked about the weather, haven't we? Sometimes we all get a bit weird in the weather. And the weather had turned, and we just had a bit of, I think we had a row and training on the Thursday, just a bit about methodology, tactics. And then we had a game on the Saturday, and I remember us talking on the phone on the Friday night, and you were like little chipping away at me, and I'm just like, oh, fuck off, like leave it out. And I just said to you, like, is this working for you? And then you just went, yeah, and you got a bit defensive, as sometimes you do. And I went, well, can you just let me get on with my job? And he went, oh, I am getting on with my job. I said, this week you ain't let me get on with my job at all. You've just chirped in. Yeah. So we had a straight talking chat one Friday night before a Saturday game, saying, look,
I can remember,
yeah, can you just let me get on with my job?
Yeah.
But generally, tactically, we were absolutely aligned in the final third with the ball. We were like, absolutely, we loved the 2v1, didn't we? We loved loads of things together. But he was like Pep. He wanted high risk, and I'm like lower risk.
You didn't like it when we was in our third. You didn't like it. You was uncomfortable, weren't you?
Yeah, very.
A lot.
But do you know why? Can you remember why?
And there are probably a number of reasons.
Pitches were crap, and the standard of player at that level is not as good as what you were used to. So, Fenners, this is important. I'm meeting loads of ex-pros that were much better than me in coaching, miles better, and their lens on the world is, well, you can do it because I did it. Well, no, that's not coaching. So, you know.
But I disagree, because I think everyone underestimates how good they are, that level.
Yeah.
When I went there, I was surprised how good the players were individually and technically. I just don't think they see it correctly. So I think their distances are way too small. I think they're worried about the pitch too much. A perfect example, we played our best game at Burgess Hill, which was the worst pitch on the planet.
Yeah, true.
So there I'm like, well, you've proved to yourself you can do it. I remember Paul Samakula playing right back. He's gone, Gaffer, pitches, probably had a chat with you. Pitches are a bit bobbly. And I'm like, well, when he's there, and I was big on real spaces. Do you remember, like in training, I hate work, because we only got, so listeners and viewers, you're going to have to bear with me, because when I open up like this, there's all different branches in my head.
That's right.
So when you got to remember, me and Sally, we only had an hour and a half a week. Yeah. We don't have what pros have, right? So I've got to be very careful in how much detail I give everyone, because it's just going to be an overload, and I just don't get plan A, right? So I'm like, so I set it up, and I set the centre half in a position, right? He's on the ball there. Where are you? You're there. He's 3 yards inside the sideline. Not way there. Get on the sideline. Get off the pitch. Because them 3 yards all automatically become a second, and a second is football is absolute monster. So to answer your question, they could do it on a pitch. Yeah, it's risky, but I always said to the chairman, I can't guarantee results. So I used to always say to the players, if you concede 4 in that third, don't worry, I'll take all the shit. I just want you to try and do what I can see. Because I know you can do it. I know you can do it. You don't need a slick pitch to do. Yeah, it's going to be harder. I'm not saying it's not going to be more difficult, but make your angles and your distances bigger. Like, be really exaggerated in them. That's all I wanted from them. And when they'd done it, Sallis, come on, man.
Beautiful, wasn't it?
Beautiful. It was like I was on the sideline going, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, I got goosebumps thinking of it. I remember certain situations. Yeah, there were times when we got caught. Of course there was, right? But it was so much more overridden when we'd done the great stuff, and you would open up a team, and it's like, that's the way football, like that's for me is money. That is the reason.
But you're a purist, aren't you?
Like, purist for, I'm not result based, and people really struggle to get their nut around that. I'm about the identity, the way, and then the result should come. I think that's so important to get that first. And it's hard for me to say that because you're only going to live and die by your results. I get that, and everyone wants to win. I don't know, a sportsman don't want to win. Of course I want to win, but I want to win this way. So I think it's important to get my identity over early and show people. And even to this day, the chairman disagrees with the way I play. Richard Brady put a video in front of me and goes, Jim, it's too open. I said, well, get a new manager.
You did, yeah.
I said to him, get a new manager.
But you know, when talking about the word education in professional football, your knowledge, and I'll say it, and I've said it for years, is on another level, and you are a waste not being in the game. Because you taught me things. You taught me hundreds of things.
What did I teach you?
You taught me about the bump. Centre half, don't even try and win the ball, just bump the centre forward. You taught me about throw-ins, just throw backwards every single time. Every time you get a throw backwards, you never lose the ball. So all of those little nuggets in training, he'd join in, and you're like, he'd just play one around the corner and mug you off, and you just be like, this guy's another level. But your language, hence you probably being live TV presenter now, your language is excellent. And
you don't see that. I don't see that though. I just do, don't I? I don't see that. I don't see all them little golden nuggets. It's so sad that I don't see that. I suppose in a way it's great. And yeah, you talk about the bump, but I think all these little things, it's weird how you bring back that. All these little things were things that upset me when I played. Why's he heading that? Why is he heading that when it's going to go through to the goalie? Oh, I know why he's in it. Get a clad ripple. No.
Yeah.
No, keep the ball. That's how I used to. No, get it as far away from my goal as possible. And I'm like totally not that. That ball's precious to me. I don't want them to touch it. That's how I used to see it. And I know you've heard it from Pep, but I have arguments. I told you. I used to see football like that when I was a kid. That was my whole game, based around that football. When we haven't got the football, we're losing.
Yeah.
We're losing. And that was my whole thing. And that's what I tried to do at Leatherhead. And we did do, as I say, I keep saying it, not every time, but we've done some amazing stuff, Salad. You was there, and I had other managers coming up to me, I don't think his style of football is ready for our league. And then you come off and go, they'd come up and go, Jim, I've never seen stuff like that. No. That to us and to our team, I used to go, boys, do you realise what we're doing here? Like, that was amazing. That was amazing, Salad.
What I would say is, did you see that interview with the basketball player when he's talking about success? Have you seen it? So he gets asked about, do you see this season as a failure?
I've seen it.
You've seen that?
Yeah.
And it's like, football's not just about winning trophies, is it? It's about, success is progression, isn't it? So it's like, would you say, your time there, did you see a progression in what you'd done with that team and what you'd done with those players?
He's probably the perfect man to ask because he was there the year before.
Yeah, no, I talk about adding value in the book a lot. Like, everyone's getting mad around win, but the only controllable of any manager from Sunday League into Champions League is making those players better at the end than they were at the start. So how we measure that, I mean, clubs are going KPI mad now, aren't they, on data analysis and all this sort of stuff. But
including our club,
you got to be clever with your perception. I mean, I'm working at Sutton United at the moment, and I'm speaking to the fans tomorrow, and we've got a night called The Science of Sutton. Right. All I want to do is educate the fans on what we're actually doing behind the scenes to bridge those knowledge gaps.
I think that's absolutely massive. I've always said, I think when Pep first come over, I think his first win was to win the fans, to teach the fans, not even to win to teach the fans before his players. Because if you have a style of play on that football pitch that the fans can't connect to, that pressure soon comes on. Soon comes on. And now I love Pep, right? But how he done that in every club he went to is unbelievable. Because that style of football in the UK when he first came home, I remember the questions he was facing. Oh, can you do that over here? It's all right doing it in Spain. Especially when to Germany. It's all right, can you do it on a cold Tuesday night away? Oh yeah, he could. And he only ever has that way. And he hasn't changed his way since the first day he came over to the UK. And him to teach the fans. Now the fans are almost here as a City fan. You're going, I just want to play how Pep wants to play.
But sorry to interrupt you, that's gone into lower league now though, isn't it?
100%. But you got to remember, this was 10 years ago when we started. Like 10 years ago when we were together. That's a long time, Salad.
I just admire you for being brave, and I wasn't as brave as you with the plan out bit. But another thing we need to remember is...
But sorry, can I just stop you there? And the only reason why I was brave there is because of the chairman. The chairman backed me and he said, okay, and we shook each other's hand, looked at each other in the eye, he said, don't worry about results. But how many chairman's going to say that? That's why I'd always struggle going higher.
Yeah.
What chairman's going to shake your hand and go, don't worry about results?
And linking this to the timelines on it, we were bottom 4 of the league.
Yeah.
Because you joined in September, October. We were bottom 4 in the league for the whole season, 38 games. And we ended up 13th in the league. And we won, I think, 8 out of the last 10. But therefore, when we say managers need time, you know, my biggest bugbear is like chairman, board members, 92 applicants. They whittle it down to 4. They do 4 interviews, and then they appoint them, and they all on the day go, yeah, you're our man or woman, and then give them 6 months and then sack them. So the people that need their head read, and you two are now at board level of this football club, are the board members who say yes and then don't support the manager in the job. So, you know, from a pro angle, that's happening all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, too much. Way too much.
I don't think I've ever asked you this. Did you want to stay? Like, did you want to? What was the situation like?
Well, the reason why I didn't stay is because of you.
Soccer AM. So I nicked you, did I? Basically, yeah.
You thieved me, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I think I was gonna finish at Leatherhead anyway because I always said to Salad. Sorry, I keep calling you Salad. Is that poor?
You love calling me Salad.
Yeah. I always said to Steve that the next club we go to, because I was going to take him wherever I loved him that much, I was going to take him wherever I went. And I said, it needs to be a semi-pro club to a level where we at least get 3 sessions with the boys.
Right.
Because my next step was we couldn't implement a next step. Like, you've got scaffolders that are pulling their nuts at 6, 7 in the morning. Remember Worthing away? Not remember it. 7:45 kickoff.
Everyone late?
Every mate, 2 cars late, loaded with 7 players. So I'm like, I was bad. I went in with a pro mind. If you're late, I don't care if you're scaffing, mate. Not interested. I won't play your next game. Ruthless. I had to learn, right? 7 players, mate. It's like 7. I'm not kicking off in 15. What the fuck do you think you're doing? Oh, sorry, Gav. Got scaffolding to put up in the middle of fucking God knows where, the Ox Hotel. I said, I don't give a shit where you are. So lost my nut with them. They're doing a warm-up. We're 3-0 down after 10 minutes. I said, I'm not surprised. What chance have I got? Absolute mental, weren't it?
Good
Let's
times.
talk through some times we had. What about when we was away, sending off, talking through this. This is
You ready for this?
this is
I mean, this is not cool because I work with lots of young people that might be watching this show. But basically, we played Sudbury away, and we needed a win. It was our first win, wasn't it? Right. Yeah. And our centre forward, Fenners, and when I mean he got ironed out, right, and I don't mean a little trickle fall over, I mean full blown keeper has just kiboshed him, and it was a rugby tackle. Referee, play on. So, right, it's 1-1, 82nd minute. Me and him, head loss. So, there's a photo of it somewhere. Yeah, we're in. No joke. We are about 5 yards outside the centre circle. The game's playing on. No, we're on. Yeah,
we're full blast on the pitch.
No, both gone. Head loss. And I'm always the calm one out of the two of us, right? Yeah. And I weren't calm. So anyway, ref's come over, and he's just gone, bosh, red. So anyway, you've walked off round the pitch, gone off.
No, I've gone off from centre circle. I'm on the pitch. I've just straight across it. Like that. He has gone off, dug outside, crept down the stairs. I look 5 minutes later, game's on, he's in the dugout. I'm like, how are you in the dugout? He said, he ain't seen me. I'm just he's still involved in the game. I say, good boy, keep going. Tell him this.
Where are you?
I'm on the buzzer.
Oh, right, okay.
But I'm out.
Yeah.
I can't come in. But he's...
Oh, he hid in the dugout.
He hid in
after
the dugout.
Red. Not cool.
Not cool. How'd you get that?
You paid my fine that day. Thanks for that.
What'd you get fined for that?
Oh yeah, 130 quid I think. That's my only red card of my career. Play all.
Yeah,
play all.
Do you remember? We used to pay all the players' fines.
Did you?
Yeah, because I wanted them ratting.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I used to say, get a yellow. I'll pay for it. Don't worry.
Okay.
But don't think you're not going to rat. Oh, gaff these fines. No. I've had all that before.
Yeah.
You rat, we pay.
Yeah.
If you clean someone or it's ungentlemanly and argue, you're paying. You pay double. I don't want that shit.
Yeah.
I've got to share this story because this is where he's ledged. Right, he taught me things I'll take into my career forever. So he gets all the Mavericks in, Fenners, all the 10s, all the Guile players, and he sits them in the office at the club, and he says, "You four, what's your job?" And they go, "Assists gaffer, goals gaffer," and he goes, "Fuck that." He says, "You lot got to get the ball back. You got to start ratting." He said, "If you don't rat, you don't play." Anyway,
switched them because we had so many of them.
Yeah.
And we're never going to be good enough. Do you get what I mean? I didn't mind one of them, but we had like. Do you remember we bought Mo on, Deshaun, and we got them from...
They ended up playing in the conference that lot.
They ended up, two boys, one, Deshaun signed pro, didn't he? Mo signed pro. Deshaun signed, I think they both signed pro. And we got them, like, they was on 50 quid a week. Like, they were like playing at Tooting back, like, middle of nowhere. They were quality, I see it in them, tiny little kids. And they were the 10, then we had Cadell Daniels, do you remember?
Yeah.
Come from...
was at Palace as a kid, wasn't he?
Yeah, hell of a player. And that was that story. Because I said, boys, I need you ratting. And did they rat, didn't they? God, they were really good. I used to get excited by them. Because I used to love playing with... My best going into formations now, I don't think football's played in a formation, but I used to have to give them a rough guide. And I used to love playing, we was talking about this, we used to love playing, a 4-2-3-1, because I think it gives you numbers everywhere. You condense a centre, long balls played against you, you've got two fours in front of the two big strikers. You whip for your full-backs. If your right back went on, it's easy with 2 fours, he just slots in as a right. So I've got plenty of width with fullbacks. I've got numbers up pitch. I've got 3 10s on the pitch. I loved it. But I was scared of them not doing their work. You put 3 10s up on the ball, they go, No, you got a rat. And that's where that comes from. Because I love that formation. It really worked for us at the time. Even though we went back to 4-4-2.
Can I tell Fenners when you took those 3 Mavericks off though after 22 minutes?
Oh yeah. Yeah, go on, tell them the story.
So we're playing one game, I ain't got a clue who it was against, and then you just got head loss. I think you got head loss with him in training on Thursday. You were like this. If someone pecked away at you,
the pecking away at me, I know what it was. Pecking away at me was they didn't rat. And I know they didn't rat because I had videos of them and I showed them.
That's right,
Look, that's the rat, that's the non-rat, right? On huddle, I had every game filmed because players are very clever and I was one of them and they forgot very quickly. They think they can blag you. They think they can blag you on distances. So I filmed every game. Stop it. You make that up. Oh, no, I don't think I can make that up. Where's the video you did?
Remember, it was Canvey Island. Yeah. You just we should have been 9-0 down at half time.
I remember Joey Keefe was there, West Ham, so I really wanted to play well. One of my old mates.
Yeah.
We pop it, Joe. I've heard you pop it, but we did not turn up and had 3 10s, Cadell being one of them. Absolute bothered it off. For whatever reason, right, I was like, no, dragging. He's coming up. Go on.
Well, to be fair, you were going to drag him after 10 minutes. And I said, look.
By the way, so sorry. I said to him before the game, if you do not rat, I will drag you in the first 5. I'll go because I'm here with it now because you ain't ratting.
And I think as part of my role as an assistant is that I try to be as objective and measured as I can. And after 10, I'm thinking, mate, you're being a bit irrational here. And after 20, I'm thinking, well, you're still being a little bit irrational. They're only 20 minutes in. And I think we've picked the team. And he did. To be fair, you only did it once, didn't you?
Yeah.
So, but in my opinion, we've picked the team, so we've got to love the team and support the team. But there was also an element as an assistant manager. My job is to assist the manager and not make all the decisions, even though we did it together. But then you went head loss and you went, nah, all 3 of you on. And I remember the body language of the 3 lads. They looked like they're 9 years old. And you just literally, when they walked off, you didn't even talk to them.
No. I know, because I'll give it really clear to him, Salad. I can't be no clearer than Guy. And by the way, it sounds like I'm ruthless. And yeah, at that moment I am. But this has been going on 2-3 games. And I clocked it in training. And I clock a little bit, oh, you don't like my tone when I ask you to do that. I just see it turning a bit. So it all builds up on me. Okay, no problem. Let's see then. Because you're either here or you're not. You either give it, mate, Salad, I know when someone's full blast wants to press someone, and I know when they don't. And I know, because I've been there, when I've got a chip on my shoulder, I'm not going to do it. Yeah. And they were on that side of the fence, and I wasn't having it. And I said, okay, come off then. Come off. Go and put the 3 boys on. And I understand what you're saying. You've got to keep them happy. But I've done that in abundance. And every now and then I had to show my teeth. And I had to show them because I wanted better.
This is a perfect segue into the best half-time team talk I've ever seen, written by him. Ready?
Really, yeah.
2-0 down, we're dead and buried. 6 games to go, we're 4th bottom. Team we're playing against, the old 6-pointer, you call it. We played Hendon, 2-0 down, and we are relegated without a doubt. And I say it in the book, actually. It's the first time I left him alone. So he'd got head loss. And he gave the best team talk. I'll talk about managers. Let me just sidetrack a lot. I talk about managers a lot, don't I, saying the reason angry people in life get angry and they punch someone on the nose is because they've got no words, right? So literacy is a big thing in education that we need to articulate ourselves. And your team talk that day, half-time team talk, was worldy. You didn't raise your voice. You were a bit pissed off. You talked about tactics. You talked about overload. You talked about how we're going to win. And we won 3-2, didn't we, Jim?
We did, yeah.
Remember it?
I do remember it, yeah. And I remember you let me go in. But also I remember I took a lot from you because that was a long way into our season. I remember how you used to talk to people, not to blow smoke up each other's arse because this is what it seems like it's going, but it just brings back good times, don't it? You used to speak to people on a level and you taught me, you used to crouch down a lot, didn't you? Talk me through your process there.
Just managers are always standing up and growling. Yeah. Just talk. Yeah. It's teaching. Just communicate, and I'd get on my knees and be eye contact and
he'd
be at the level.
So they'd all sitting on there, and instead of him talking up with a ball behind him, he'd be like, he'd be on their level.
Yeah.
It was really, I don't know, unless you was in that change room, it's quite intimate.
Yeah.
It's quite different. I just think it puts you on the same level on every count. That's what you done. I've never seen it done like that before. And then you was also really good. That's probably why I see something in you. Like, I know what I was like. I'm not too great with words. I'm a bit hot-headed. I'm a doer. I'm more in action. But the way he talked, I thought that was the reason why we was a fucking good team. And the reason why... Yeah, we've done a year together in footy and I absolutely loved it. FC Bullard is brought to you by Lost Lager.
Lost Lager. I've said it before and I'll say it again.
Whoa. It's the perfect pint for the perfect pod. Christmas round the corner, John Boy. It's a time for socialising, isn't it? Paint me a picture of your ideal pint during the holidays.
Well, obviously, it's Lost Lager.
Obviously.
Bet you've had some mad Christmas deals, haven't you, Jim, any time?
Absolutely, but we'll save them stories for another time, mate.
Yeah. Do you know what I love, though, Bully? I love the build-up to Christmas where everybody's out and they're all having a good time and they're dressed up in their silly jumpers and their daft hats and everyone's just in a good mood.
Do you know where'd be perfect for anyone organising a Christmas do? Brewdog Bar.
Great shout, Bully. whether it's long overdue catch-ups with your mates or that Christmas party that eventually turns into chaos. Book your festive celebration today and they'll take care of the rest.
With bars and pubs located up and down the country, there's a Brewdog near you with unbelievable food menus for a great Christmas night out.
You can even pre-order your beer, wine and Prosecco so it's ready and waiting for you before you arrive. And you know what that includes?
Lost Lager?
Brewdog's quality lager.
Lost Lager and FC Bullard. You could say...
the perfect pint for the perfect pod. Get in there.
Go to brewdog.com/FC-Bullard for a special offer on Lost Lager.
Would you ever, like, let's say, someone came in and a chairman, you got a call.
Yeah.
And said, look, conference, got a, want to have a chat. Would you consider it?
I would now. Yeah, I've been having my eyes and ears open of late. I've gone down a different path, haven't I? It'd take a strong chairman board to really have a sit down with me and take me seriously, because what they've seen on camera, me the Joker, how I'm really out in my social media, but that's only a side to me.
Of course it is, yeah.
That people got to oversee.
Yeah.
Like the amount of people I sit down, I still go and watch football matches every now and then. I go, oh, you're mad. You don't know me.
No.
If you think that, you don't know me. I wouldn't have achieved in football what I achieved if I was that character, right? So, yeah, I've got plenty of time there and energy left. I've always had it in me. I've always wanted to manage. But, yeah, but it'd have to be at a certain level now. Where, do you get what I mean? I get a certain amount of time with players.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I learned so much that year about myself, about footy. And I loved it. And yeah, I do, as Steve said, I feel like I've got plenty to give. I feel like that in my football knowledge. I feel like I learnt so much. I've been with so many good managers as well, like Harry Redknapp's of the world, Barry Fry's, Roy Hodgson.
Yeah.
I managed England. Like, it's like,
did you ever, after your experience at Leatherhead,
Paul Joel,
did you ever, have a moment where you thought back about some of the, not run-ins you had with managers, but some of the times when you didn't agree with managers and you thought, all right, I get it now, I sort of see it from their perspective?
Even before I went into management, I think that comes with age.
Yeah.
Like, without a shadow of a doubt, I was a hot-headed, I still am, I suppose, but learned so much. When I was 25, 26, 27, I can see now why... hard to manage maybe at times, but you don't see that when you're 28 and it's about you and you want to go and perform and you want to be the man of the match and you want to take your team by the scruff of the neck, that's all you hear, and grab a game. You don't see that, do you? But now looking back, I wished I knew what I know now when I was 28, but doesn't everyone? Is that not what was there? Is there a saying behind that? YZ? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what I'm waffling on about, but
you are absolutely waffling for fun, to be honest. But would Steve be? Would you pick the phone up to Steve?
Always. Whenever I talk about, like, I've had loads of people come up to me especially around non-league football, because where my pub is in Crayford, the One Bear in Crayford, we have a lot of teams drinking there. Come in, they have their after drinks. We have a lot of managers come in there. We have a lot of directors from all kinds of football, Bromley, Dartford, Gray's Inn. It's a very local hub, and they come down there, they socialise, Dad knows them. And whenever I have the chats, and they're looking, I always mention it.
Yeah.
Always. Just because I had the utmost respect for him, do you know what I mean? And it was, and we had great times, didn't we?
I think the great thing about non-league, we never found it enjoyable match day, did we? We never went, quality game. No, in fact, I like 12 o'clock, you go, Salad, it's game day, son. You'd leave me a voice note, yeah. And then we get there and sometimes we giggle in the game and go, how stressful is this? We would never, in the game, we'd never go, oh my God, because I know it isn't your job. It was more it's weird. It is your job. But obviously I just transitioned into pro football, right? So I don't want to, I was working at Millwall all the time. I don't want to go back to Millwall and getting mugged off going, oh yeah, you lost another game. Because there's that personal pride, isn't there?
Yeah, of course there is.
So there's an element to, like, I wanted to win, you wanted to win, you wanted to win in a slightly different style to me. But there's a drug with football in there, which is
amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think what you're trying to say, our job's done. Once kick off, once that whistle's blown, I'm sort of it's done now to a certain level, and you can still help the players, and we was there always to help the players. But I always felt once that whistle's blown, it's up to them to anticipate everything we've given.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Because that ball, you don't know where it's going to drop. We can only help with, look, just, you're getting outnumbered, perfect example, you're getting outnumbered. We like the ball, right? You're getting outnumbered. I'd give them more numbers up top. I can see we're getting into the final third a lot. We need more numbers. We're not creating. So I'll give them 6. I'd give them 7 instead of 6.
Yeah.
And Steve, we're still not creating. Let's go 8. Let's give them 8. Oh, Jim, you only left 2-1. 2-1 were good. Sometimes I'll go 1v1. I'd go to the keeper.
Yeah,
do you remember? I'd take the keeper, play sweeper.
Yeah.
Oh, what about if I get lobbed? I'll give you 3 a season.
Yeah.
Get lobbed 3. I guarantee them the times that help us, they wouldn't see, because they see it as a self-mistake. I'm seeing it as an overall team. This is going to help the team over the overall season. Don't worry about your lobs. Do you get what I mean?
You were brave with that. And I think, like, if you go back to the end of that season, where when we played Bill and Ricky, I think we done them at home 3-2.
Oh, that was brilliant.
And we banned crosses, didn't we? Because we had no one who could hit the ball. So we just, go on.
No, you tell it,
No, we had a team of midgets, didn't we? Really.
Yeah.
So they were all technicians. So we thought we're not just going to cross the ball because that's just ridiculous. And then we scored 3 goals, 2 of them for corners, and they're both short corners. Because we just said to lads, you're banned from just, shelling it in the box. So when you look at the learning aspect of the growth of the team, and I do say it's also about good players. Yes. I have to bring up Luke Moore here. We signed Luke Moore, who was an ex-pro, dropped down.
Dalkin, Mark White's captain.
Yeah. So Luke Moore didn't miscontrol the ball in 11 games. Geezer's just a joke. So that ain't nothing to do with me and Jim. That's just because he's better at football than everyone else. So there's an element to signing good players as well.
Absolutely. My first session was 30-odd players, and I remember saying to them, look, you've all got a chance, show me what you can do. And then that got diminished.
So can I just bring this back to the Pirates?
Yeah.
The Pirates.
Yeah.
Let's discuss the Pirates. Mark White's the gaffer, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I've got to work under him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, White is a cannon.
Would you say I'm a cannon?
Well, you're up there, and what about you?
No.
Director of football.
Absolutely, safe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So who do I go into if I've got a problem?
Well, I'm the president. You come straight to me.
You don't get the assistant manager knocking on the president's door, Geese.
That's what I'm saying. So, but if you've got a problem, what sort of problem is it?
Well, I'm just trying to
give us a scenario. Give us a scenario.
I'm trying to think. There's an issue in the camp. We got bad eggs.
Okay. Well, okay. You've worked with me. What would I say about that?
What if you got bad eggs? But if they're on contract, they're different, isn't it? We were in non-league
contract. What are you being busy for?
Well, what I'm trying to say, pro level.
Well, sort it out yourselves. How many times did I say stop being thick? Sort it out yourself. If you've got a problem with a player, who'd you sort it out with?
The player.
You and the gaffer.
Yeah.
I don't need that. Go and sort it out with them.
Yeah.
And if you can't, who'd you go?
Well, you're the president.
If you can't sort it out with a gaffer, who's the next door? Moi.
Yeah.
No. Moi. That's it. It's very simple, this club. It doesn't have to be complicated. Right. Any problem you have, if you think it's in your demeanour, sort out. If you can't, you knock them off.
So we've got freedom to crack on with our jobs, yeah?
Did I give you freedom at Leatherhead?
Always.
All I'll say to you, do your jobs. If you don't do your jobs, I'll quickly let you know.
Okay. And what's the expectation of this football club? Because I haven't signed my...
Entertain. We're an entertainment.
All right.
We just think of Glarham Globetrotters.
Who? Glarham.
Oh no. Think of the Harlem Globetrotters. Harlem Globetrotters, entertainment in the football industry. That's what you got to think.
Look up there. Can you see the ceiling?
Yep.
I can't.
I like that metaphor.
What was that?
Yeah. No ceiling. No glass ceiling at this club. Yeah.
I got it.
Come on,
did you get it? I didn't have a clue. No.
Netflix.
I was on there about 30 seconds.
Well, yeah, sorry. Go on. What?
Yeah, an agent, New Era, I'll mention them because they've been good to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, based around the corner here at London Bridge.
Is that Jake, is it?
That's right, Jake Peter Smith, Jamie Morley.
Yeah.
So they sent me up to Sunderland to work with a couple of players, and Johnny Williams, Brendan Galloway, and I was just up there and then fluked it, to be honest. There was a Netflix documentary on Sunderland. The geezer who was filming it said, do you mind if we come in? And I said, well, Johnny's a client, you better ask Johnny. He was playing for Wales at the time. So then, before we know it, I'm just doing a one-to-one with him And then
they were filming, weren't they? And you like walked behind shot going, "Oh, you're not filming, are you?" "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, but I asked Johnny, and he said, "Yeah, he's up for it." So that was the same summer as the England gig, actually, and then obviously that's evolved into a few other things. And
was that when Chris Coleman was gaffer?
No, one before. Coleman came after. Can't remember. Do you know what? I can't even remember. No. But he says that in it. I have to share this story because I work with players, and I think this would be good for your listeners. And people say, "Why am I working with players?" Because I shouldn't really have a business working with players because they should be able to get the access in the club. There was a Premier League player last year that couldn't go and speak to his manager.
He couldn't?
Nah. And he's playing on the other side of the diamond. Now, we all know you're playing on the diamond and you either roll in or you roll on the outside. And he couldn't go and speak to his own manager at a place of work, remember, because football's a place of work. And I said, "Why can you not go and speak to your manager?" And he says, "Because he's not approachable." So a lot of my work is giving these lads the confidence to manage upwards and speak to the manager and have conversations which are helping them get in the team. But you would think that the side of the diamond's the same position, Jim, but it ain't, is it? If you play
no, absolutely, and depending on what the manager wants from you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You don't know. I don't know what club you're on about. I don't know what manager you're on about. But that's just a sad story, isn't it? How a player can't go and speak to the manager. I would never ever want that.
But
do you get what I mean?
But linking to the Netflix thing, I mean, I've just made a business out of players. I call it armour. They're wearing armour at work. And how can we create a culture, FC Bullard, where players are not wearing armour, where they are their true, authentic self every day?
It's life skills, isn't it? It's a lot of it, I suppose. They're probably transferable to...
Of course. But that requires emotional intelligence, right? And if we don't have emotional intelligence, then the world is doomed, isn't it? Give love, you get love, lads.
Yeah, that's what we're about. Might even have that motto on our shirt somewhere.
How did you find out that Jim wasn't going to be your manager anymore?
Sky Sports News. It's just him on Soccer AM. you know when the England lads say, "I wasn't in the squad on Sky Sports News." No, not really. No, that's a joke. He phoned me, and basically because we were looking at a few jobs, Conference South jobs, weren't we? And then you rumming and ahhing, and then obviously you gave him, the opportunity.
Yeah.
To go and work together on Soccer AM, and I got absolute custard in my face.
Yeah, I do believe we'd have still been in footy.
Yeah.
Like if Soccer AM didn't think, I'd have still been at 100%. It's weird how your life pans out, isn't it? We're doing the drills while I was managing at Leatherhead Football Club, and then I left Leatherhead, and then literally 2 weeks after you come and I said, "Look, I'm leaving," that's when your head went and I went Soccer AM, and I phoned you, and I went salad.
Game over.
See you later, cousin pie. And you was like, "Oh, cheers, Jimbo. See you later." I think you even asked, "Is there another gig in Soccer AM for me?" And I was like,
"I'm surprised you didn't bring him along with you."
That'd do you with what was his name? Packer. Can't do the job with Packer.
Oh, legend.
He's one of our old boys at Soccer AM, used to make the set and all that.
To be fair, I did come and see you both at Soccer AM behind the scenes.
You did actually,
and it is a slick machine. You two made it. Yeah, you two just rolled it out, but
it was pucker,
underneath that, there's a lot of planning going on in there.
People don't realise how much goes into live TV and podcasts and YouTube. But This episode of FC Bullard is brought to you by Sky Bet.
That's right, Bully, and just like here at FC Bullard, Sky Bet is for the fans. Bully, know what time it is?
Go on.
It's time for this week's Sky Bet Fan View Question. And
was that like a ding dong to her?
It was good.
Let's do that.
It was like we've done
Sky Bet Fan View Questions. I can't lie.
Needs a bit of work, but we'll maybe get a little jingle.
Okay, a little jingle. That's what it's called.
The question this week, Jim, is who do you think will win the Premier League this season?
Oh,
now there are four names written on my sheet of paper here. Now there are Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Chelsea. Now we're not saying that they are the only four teams who can win the Premier League this season, but
no, they're the favourites.
On current form, and at the stage of the season we're at, we think that
I would
these
say it's
four.
Well, I'd say it's out of 3 rather than a 4. I think Liverpool, and I know people are going to hate me because I said City not long ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did. I do find it tough when I actually look at the league and I see them sitting top. I do find it tough like that. Call me going for the favourite. I don't think they are favourites, Liverpool. No, I don't think they are. But when I watch styles of play, I think City have got more losses in them. I think Arsenal have. And I just see Liverpool losing less. I know that's Billy Basic. I do. I see them losing less games.
And getting more points.
Basically,
and winning the league.
No, I didn't say. So you put words in my mouth. I said losing.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're going to draw. It's wins, draws, and losses.
Yeah.
I just think Liverpool are just going to lose less. I just think they've got the momentum. I know it's only early. And I think being Slot's first season, I don't know. I just really fancy him to win it.
Look, a few seasons ago, it was Liverpool and City, and it was whoever dropped like 2 points.
That's what I mean.
Was going to lose the league. It feels like it's a little more open, and I think teams will drop more points. Because I think all the other teams are improving and getting better. So there's a lot more potential, I think, for teams to lose.
If you're going to ask me now what the question is,
and I am
Liverpool.
Okay, and I'm agreeing. That was this week's Sky Bet Fan View. Yeah. Sky Bet is for the fans, 18 plus, be gambleaware.org, and as always, remember, please gamble responsibly. So, how do you think the interview's going so far?
What, I'm saying that to you?
No, I'm asking you now.
It's a question.
How do you think it's going so far?
I think my interview's, I'm a little bit nervous.
Are you?
Because I might, when you go for a job interview, there's I say it in the book that you think you've got the job before you got it. So, I mean, how are you going to let me know if I've got the job?
Well, we'll tell you in about 2 minutes. Oh, so probably, yeah.
So you could mug me off before we walk out the door?
Yeah, oh God, absolutely, yeah.
I want to know about my relationship with the gaffer, because Mark White, me and Whitey know each other.
All right.
And we've got obviously Dan Abrams, who I know as well.
Yeah.
He's our psychologist, and Sammy Landry I work with at Wimbledon.
Oh, do you know? Oh,
yeah.
Mate, this is.
It feels like the world's tiny, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we got the team behind the team is power, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You would love this. You would love this. This is right up your street.
I want his job.
You want director of football?
Yeah, big time. So where do I go about?
You've got some neck. You've got some fun.
His face had a right snarl up, didn't he?
I mean, I could be his assistant.
So you don't want to be... Okay.
No, that's bad. No, I want the job.
No. On a serious note, there's plenty of jobs available.
Yeah.
If not, we'll make you one.
Yeah.
But are you really against being assistant manager?
No, because I like being on the grass.
Yeah.
Not as much as the regional manager. I hate being on grass more than I used to.
Okay.
So I don't coach really much these days. But yeah, I'll be all right. Just got to deal with Whitey.
Can you do that? With your hands?
What? That?
Yeah, that's what coaches do, don't they? No, let's have a look.
Yeah.
I would do it properly.
Play.
Do it like...
Play.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's good, yeah.
That's all it... He thinks it's assistants, just like...
I thought you were on a coach and playing cards.
No.
Who else does that? Who else in any walk of life does that? Who does that? No one, apart from people in football. Yeah. Got to pass it. What is that?
Or casinos.
What's that? Oh, yeah. What's that?
Yeah. But he's big. He's like...
Do you know who's the best at it? Do you know who's the... Sue Smith. Watch her on Soccer Saturday. Yeah. Brilliant. I love Sue. Yeah, brilliant. She loved one of them.
Does she?
She's always got a pen in her hand. Oh, he's giving it there and it's gone there.
So I've got a question for you two. Who's signing the players? Like, is it coming from the hierarchy?
Us.
Yes.
Us.
Does the management team, the coaching department, get a say in who we sign?
Yeah. You will do, because how this is going to work. Not everyone we have will maybe all look. How can I word it?
Can you get access to big hitters, good players, big names? That's because we need.
My phone book's as good as his.
All right. So
piss off. How's your phone book as good as mine?
All day long.
Hang on a minute. That players that can turn up in like a one-off game, maybe a few games a season. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Could you
name a couple?
Who could you ring? Like, who could you ring and like say?
How many big balls?
You know, like who could you ring and say?
Don't bother saying fucking John Bills or Luke Moore.
Mill management team, they'd have a game.
Oh.
What?
Neil Harris, Dave
We've got Joe Cole, Steve Sidwell, David.
No. Who?
Neil Harris, Dave Livermore.
Dad.
Two absolute legends.
Yeah, they are.
And we're in the manor of Mill as well. Like this is where they're all from.
He's got a point.
I'm not. Look,
I know
love
you've
Neil.
got
I've known.
You need fillers, boy. Just think, we're not going to have Joe Cole's.
I think Neil Harris is going to be a big call of filler. Sorry, Neil. You know what I mean?
Harris will be called what he wants to be called because he's a legend.
I mean, I've got Neil Harris's number.
I'll call him then. Get number 9, straight down the middle, goal scoring machine.
What a legend. Salad, I love you. That's why he's in.
Right.
So he don't give a shit about hierarchy. He just tells you how it is.
Flat hierarchy. I think someone talks about that. All this stuff, just we're all the same.
Yeah.
Flat hierarchy.
Yeah,
That's
it's all
good.
posh language.
Well, look, I think we. Yeah.
You know me.
Yeah.
I think bring him in.
All right.
See how he gets on. I think he's.
All right.
Look, his main question is how he's going to get on with Whitey, right?
I think you'd be absolutely fine.
We're mates.
User makes that happen. Do you know what I mean? He loves it. You talk to each other. I think get him in. He's going to be a great addition. He's game as, great talker, and he can also play still. So we might have to put a pair of boots and pads wrapped round him. Chuck him out. It'd be mustard to have you on board, Salad. Do you want the job or not?
Where's the contract, boys?
Yeah? Fully in.
Yeah, we're
It'd
all
be
in.
mustard to have you in the change room with our first. I can't wait for our first game. Have you sorted the game out yet, Dickensian? We're getting there because that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
That'll be good, getting a real actual game, isn't it? That could go big.
It'd be quality. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're doing a show at the Vaudeville Theatre.
Can you make the show?
16th
Yeah,
of December.
Monday, can't do it, boys.
Can't do what?
Can't do the night out.
Why's that?
Why not?
Because I can never go on a night out with him. I can't. Every time he invites me for a night out, I just say no.
Why?
Because it's just too much. I just have to say no.
What do you mean?
Yeah, no, yeah.
So
If you get the shit, you get the shit.
so lads, just have a great time without me. No, serious.
Yeah.
No, I've got a gig,
Okay.
Fair enough.
but I would love to have been invited had I known more notice.
Well, from this day, you are part of FC Bullard. We're going to give you the assistance gig.
Oh wow, that's big.
It is big.
Yeah.
And yeah, just make touch with Whitey.
Yeah.
Let me know how your first connection goes on. And perhaps we'll get you on both at the same time.
Oh wow.
Why are you laughing at me? Like I'm talking to him dead serious.
I mean, me and Whitey, all we do is leave each other voice notes.
Yeah.
About what?
He loves a
Do you
voice
want
note,
to know
doesn't
the
he?
truth?
Go on, yeah.
We leave voice notes about referees.
He hates refs.
Yeah, well, I'm not. Listen,
You're
I've got
in
to be
the same-
I've got to be a little bit sensible. I'm not a lover of their ability to communicate
Yeah, I know.
with staff. They need a lot of work.
Yeah.
And actually, a Premier League referee has contacted me, true story, on LinkedIn about talking to me about how we can communicate better, because they just talk to you like you're 9 and everyone just gets the amp.
Right.
Serious.
He's brilliant, isn't he?
Serious.
Okay, class.
Just wish they would communicate under pressure a bit better.
All right.
That's all.
Well, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Would you
I've
like-
got a little gift for you.
Oh,
So I got told to bring a gift.
Yeah, you're right, actually. What gift you got? Come on.
Well, I've laminated it because I'm an old school teacher, so I thought that was relevant. But it's a photo of me and your good self in one
That's
of our
awesome.
more harmonious moments.
Yeah.
So I hope, I probably should have signed it. I didn't do that.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Me and Salad.
What the fuck, you've laminated it? Who fucking laminates things?
I had one at home. So
you had a laminator?
Yeah, standard. Former school teacher, aren't I?
You've got a laminator at home.
Old former school teacher. We loved the laminator.
It's brilliant. But anyway, Salad, thank you so much
Cheers,
for coming
fellas.
on. Thanks for being part of FC Bullard. And I'll see you on the sidelines, yeah?
Cheers, boys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, top man money.
Yeah, I loved it. Just good seeing an old mate, having him in the studio, and good to have him on board. Be so funny. I had so much to talk about. My brain was going all over the shop. Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. Loved
Good.
it. He's one of us, isn't he?
That's what I'm saying. He's
one
one
of
of
us.
us. Do you see how you two
Yeah,
are similar
yeah.
in your ways?
Yeah.
Brilliant, weren't he?
The fact they didn't want to go on a night out with you. In a nice way, you know.
Yeah, but then
obviously-
everyone, that's
No,
where
no.
and that is exactly why directors and chairmans won't ever have me as a manager. Jimmy's a nutcase on a night out. It's pathetic. You're not meant to be here. Shut up.
Anyway, that is it for this week's episode of FC Bullard. If you have any questions or you need to get in touch with us, you can get us on the socials, which
Yeah,
are
FC Bullard on all your socials.
And if you want to email
forget
us,
this.
here we go.
www.fcbullard
FC Bullard.
at crowdneck
Network.
At FC Bullard at crowdnetwork.co.uk.
Yeah.
That's what
Smashed
it is.
It, mate.
See you later, guys.
See you next Tuesday.
FC Bullard.